Hello again, everyone. This video is about Project 2025 and the education system. And once again, it's just a short video about it. There will be a longer video that covers more in depth. Project 2025 urges the next administration to work with Congress to pass legislation eliminating the Department of Education. The authors suggest repealing education policies from the Obama and Biden administrations that recognize non-binary and transgender identities. They also want the next administration to rescind the Biden-era revision to Title IX in 1972 civil rights law that prohibits sex-based discrimination by educational programs that receive federal money, that strengthened protections for sexual assault victims and LGBTQ+ students, something Republicans in Congress have tried but failed to do. Project 2025 says the next administration should re-implement Title IX interpretations from the Trump administration that defined sex in the statute as only biological sex at birth. Project 2025 urges ending public service loan forgiveness programs, which provide student loan relief to borrowers who work in federal, state, local, or tribal governments, or for a nonprofit organization. The authors also weigh in on ongoing debates over instruction about race in schools, which conservatives have urged make white students feel bad. They would not require students or teachers to believe that individuals are guilty or responsible for the actions of others based on race or ethnicity. They take aim at policies that impact trans students. They would also prohibit public educators from using names of students other than their birth names without written permission from their parents or guardians, and from using pronouns that are different than the sex assigned at birth without permission or at all if contrary to the employee's or contractor's religious or moral activities. The purpose, eliminating Head Start, they propose eliminating Head Start, a federal program that provides educational readiness opportunities to children from qualifying families during the first 5 years. There is a lot going on in the education system right now. Here in Oklahoma, the idiot superintendent for the state, Ryan Walters, is a total massive lunatic, and the only reason I'm saying that is because it's YouTube friendly. You know, my real thoughts probably would not be approved, but he had ordered or wanted to order something like 500,000 Bibles or some shit like that, like a really excessive high number to put into the classrooms. Might have been 50,000. Who the fuck really knows? But anyway, he wanted to put a Bible in every single classroom, and the Bible that he had originally picked out was the Trump Bible. And that didn't really pass. He ended up with, I think, like a total of like 5,000 Bibles that he was allowed to purchase and to put into select classrooms. And I still say he is behind the death of Next Benedict, that all the beating at school and stuff that they went through leading up to their death because of their anti-trans, anti-non-binary agenda that they've got going on. And there's the policies with drag queens that are teachers or principals or staff members. There is, a few towns over, one of the principals is a drag queen and does that on his nights off or whatever, and he ended up losing his job. Well, a lot of this stuff is leading into Project 2025. And the reason that they're making it so hard on the families that participate in the public school system is because they are prepping for Project 2025. And I know Texas and Florida is a hell of a lot worse than what Oklahoma is. But Oklahoma is like seriously bad at this point. My kids are not really affected by it because they do go to homeschool. But even the school system that we use for homeschool, they haven't implemented the Bibles and stuff like that. But my son already has his satanic Bible. And if they tell him that he has to bring a Bible or he has to read certain verses or something, he's just going to do his reports and stuff on that. And more power to him. So, things with the education system, it's not just pronouns. It's not just dead names. It's not biological sex. This is affecting our young children up to like 5 years old. Children that are not saying that they are trans or non-binary or not saying that they are gay. It has nothing to do with them. They're wanting to pull education from families that need the opportunity of Head Start so that they can go back to work, so that they can, their kids can learn how to tie their shoes or socialize with the community to learn how to be respective citizens, not only of their town, but of their state, of their world. When people start trying to take away such rights, it's only because they want to brainwash them into a different way of thinking. They think that they can basically take away the rights for a trans child to use the name that they prefer, the pronouns that fit them best, thinking that that's going to change them. It's not going to change them. We are as we are, and that is every aspect. You may be redhead that likes to dye your hair purple. And if you go into a building, such as a school, and they tell you that you're not allowed to have purple hair because it's not natural, then that's taking away your identity. It has nothing to do if you are gay, lesbian, trans, bi, non-binary, ace, poly, pan, arrow, like any of it. They're picking on certain groups of people, and the people that's not in those groups, you're next. They're not going to be happy until they have a society built on their way of thinking. And everybody needs to get involved with this, because what's happening now to a few select groups, which is basically if you're not white, if you're not cis and hetero, and if you're not rich, and if you're a woman, then where are they going to go next? Once they condemn all these minorities and they get more people brainwashed, what is this world going to come to? Especially if we don't have proper education for our children. I have done many videos on sexual assault, on domestic violence, on homelessness, topic after topic. And I have said in many of them that knowledge is power. You can't prevent somebody else's actions by your smarts, but you can save yourself. If you don't have the education and the knowledge to know that you can leave a situation or know what is reportable, what they'll take serious, how to make them listen to you when you report something, where to go for resources, who to talk to for advice. All of that is based on education. And they want to take that all away. They want to brainwash a certain few groups into thinking that they don't matter, that their needs are not important because the Bible says so. Go figure. This is what America's coming to. Anyway, I'll leave that rant there. The next video that I'm going to be dropping is about clean water that will be affected through Project 2025. So as I said, this is not something that is just trans or gay or black and white. This is an everybody situation. Much love, everybody.